Hey everyone, I figured it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video. I know I secretly or quietly did a live stream not so long ago, really just to show off what I think consider a pretty cool feature of the editor. So what I'm going to do is just go through that particular feature in a little bit greater detail. It actually hinges on some changes that Jason has made to Big Box. So I won't be releasing this version of the theme creator until I think it's 10.11, currently on beta 13. So when 10.11 becomes official, or the latest official version of Big Box comes out with those changes in, then I'll automatically put out the latest version of the theme creator, and you'll understand why when I go through it. So let's open up the theme creator. And what you might notice here are two icons down at the bottom left. The icon that's highlighted is the views icon. This icon here is the custom images, and I allow up to 4 platform custom images and 4 custom game images. And that's just a limit I've put in there. I can easily increase it. Anyway, so I was just messing around with some of these images. I can go ahead and create some real quick, just so that you can see how fairly easy this all is. So I want to build my custom platform image. Similar interface. The only difference here is that you cannot create groups. So you have a canvas, and this is where you can add all your UI elements, and you're limited. Obviously, videos don't make sense because you're creating static images. Okay, so let's dive in. I want to add an image, and let's see what we have for media. So I've got custom image assets. I will go with, let's see, metal outline. Yeah, we'll go with, so what we're going to do, we're going to create some platform clear logos and some game clear logos, just to give you an idea of how fairly easy this all is. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to browse the media folder and go to custom image assets, and I thought I had some more images, to be honest. But that's okay. We'll go with the we can go with the metal outline. So I want to know what the original properties are, or the original dimensions, so I can, so it's 629 by 629. Okay, and I can leave that up. So I've selected the image, 629 by 629. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can make it top left aligned, and we'll make the canvas itself 629 by 629. Okay. All right. So just align that with the left and top. Okay. So we're just going to add more and more stuff. So I'm going to add a rectangle, but then I'm going to add a mask, and that mask is in in my image assets. Let's see, silver ring and a mask. It's one of these. I think it's this one. And again, because it's 629 by 629, by 629, align it left, align top. Let's see, I can give it a background like so, and then I'll drop it below the ring. There you go, because I know the ring has got a inner shadow. All right, so let's see, I want to add another image, and this is a metadata. I'm going to go with platform clear logo. Let's see. I don't want to spend a great deal of time on this, but I do want to do this. So I'll say clear logo, and while I'm at it, I want another image. This one's metadata. I want to use the platform name with devices. So what this actually does, it takes the platform name and looks for an image in this folder here called devices. It looks for, in this case, it would be what, 3DO interactive multiplayer.png, and that's what it brought in, this particular image. Okay, so I have my own custom devices here. So let's center. Pop it here. Let's add a shadow. Let's add a shadow to this. Guess I can extend that. All right. Might as well name these accordingly. All right. So I'm just going to do that. And because this is a platform image, I can cycle through my list like so, just to get an idea of what it would look like. And you know, for the most part, they look fairly decent. You know, there's a couple that I could probably increase the clear logo size. So why don't I go ahead and do that? So 32x, for example, that looks good. And what I'm doing here is I've got a template that I've essentially set theme-wide, okay? But I'm going to copy that and paste it to my 32x. I've currently selected 32x, so I've now pasted that same configuration for the selected platform, so that this is now going to be 32x specific. All right, so now I can go in and do this. All right. So now And as you can see, this one here has platform specific settings, whereas if I keep scrolling through the platforms, they do not. They're at the theme level. Okay, so these look pretty good, although I did notice, I think it was the Capcom ones, they looked a bit crowded. Yeah. So what I want to do with the Capcom ones is essentially move the clear logo up a little bit. Like so. All right. So I'm happy with that. And then I'll copy the platform specific configuration and simply paste it to Capcom Play System 2. Select Play System 3. Paste it there. And there was another one that looked a little off. And again, I don't want to spend a great deal of time on this, but this Neo Geo one, this certainly can be increased in size. And I've just done that at the theme level. Whoopsie. Don't want to do that. Copy, paste to the platform level, increase the clear logo. There you go. All right. So now I can go up here and I can render, and I can do it for just one. So that was one platform that was just rendered. You can open the custom images, and I'm currently working on custom platform image 1, so I want to go in here. I only have one because I said I only want to render one image. Here it is. And if I right click, select properties, click details, 629 by 629. Okay, and that's how I had set my my canvas size. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and render all platforms, and I have, as you can see, 35. And I'll flip back to, well, I must have closed it. Open custom images, platforms, and here they are. And here's our oversized Capcom Play System clear logos, and our Neo Geo. Yeah, that was really cool. Let's see, and there's our 32X. Okay, so that didn't take very long at all. But now, let's go ahead and go to the theme level, copy, select custom game image 1. I'm going to paste, and obviously none of the images are going to change because they're all specific to platform. So we're going to go change that right now. Okay, so edit. I don't want the I don't want the platform clear logo in there. I'm going to leave the background as blue, but we're going to do something a little different. So I'm going to add an image. What we're going to do here is I want to stretch. I want to use metadata. I'm going to use the box front. And I'm going to add another mask. Let's see. Background. 629 by 629. and I'm going to place it over the blue, but what we're going to do here, I'm going to blur, set it to the maximum blur. Let's give a bit of opacity. Now it's got a blue tint. So now what I'm going to do is add another image, metadata, game clear logo, center. I'll place it about yay. And shadow. Just make sure it's centered. Don't really want the clear look. Okay, it's okay. All right. So same as before, I can now go down through the selected games. Okay. Like so. Click a different platform. Okay. And you have the ability here to have your games for a specific platform. You can have that look any way you want for that particular platform. Again, you can copy the configuration at the highest level, at the theme level, and paste it here for platform. And maybe you don't want a blue tint for Dreamcast. You know, maybe you want a cream tint instead. And in fact, why don't we just go ahead and do that? I'll try and create a cream tint. Like so. Okay. So Dreamcast, the games rendered for Dreamcast will have this kind of tint to it. Meanwhile, other platforms will have this blue tint. All right. Now I'm not going to go render all 5,520 games that I've got on my system. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to render some smaller sets. So why don't we go ahead and do Dreamcast, as that has been made to look a little different. And we go up to render. I'm going to say all games for selected platform, which is Dreamcast. So it's going through the rendering process. And I'll go to PlayStation. I'll do PlayStation 2 while I'm at it. It really doesn't take that long to create these images. Let's see, do PlayStation 2. And let's see, is there another one I want to do? I guess I could do Windows. I just don't know if I've got all the clear look. You know what? It's good enough. Render all games for selected. So there you go. 46 for this one. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm seeing not all the metadata is present, but that's okay. So we have Dreamcast, PS1, PS2, Windows. Okay, and again, I can open up the custom image folder from here. We have our platforms. Now we have another folder called Games. Within there we have our platforms. Now we have all our Game Clear logos for that platform. So what can we do with this? Well, that's where Jason's enhancement has come in for his big box. So before we tackle this particular view, there's also another change that I've made for the theme creator. So what I'll go ahead and do, I kind of like the color scheme, so I'm going to copy. I want to go to a vertical view. Yep. And I'm going to paste, edit, and let's get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, that's mandatory. Okay, fine. So let's see. For the wheel, we now can curve to the left. So I just used the assist here, selected curve left. And let's just move these objects over here. And let's put the search over here. All right. Now, what you can do here, I'm clicking the wheel and I'm going to select Custom Images 1. Okay. Now I'm going to copy this view and I'm going to paste it to platform wheel 2. And I'm going to copy that one there. I'm just moving stuff around, so yep. All right, cool. All right. In essence, I've just switched them around, so this will be the first one that pops up for the platform versus this one, because I'm not ready to show you that one just yet. Okay, so curve to the left is new for this feature, and also that's a tweak that Jason's made to Big Box, and the ability to go in and select what images you wish to see on the wheel. And again, I've chosen Custom Images 1 for the platform, and for the vertical view for games, I've also selected Custom Image 1. Okay. And while we're here, the views that I had in place, I've got these referencing Custom Images 3. And this one should also be referring to Custom Images 3. Okay, so within one theme, I've got different views, different wheels, leveraging different images. So this will be rather interesting. So we can open up the custom images here. So the ones you saw me build, these, design and build them, render them. Okay, that's custom image 1. Custom image 3. This was something I was working on the other day. So these are all my Game Clear logos, all with a very distinct look and feel, or a unified look and feel across the board. All 5,520 games in my collection, they all look like this. And the platforms, they look like that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and publish. And because I have told the wheels on 4 of these views to use custom images, in this case custom images 1 and custom images 3, it knows at publish time that it needs to now copy those appropriate folders from the project folder into the final published theme. So let's see, without me opening up the theme in Big Box at the moment. So if I open up test theme and look at images, we've got games, custom images 1, custom images 3, platforms, custom images 1, custom images 3. This is the final theme. So now I'll run Big Box. And we're in platform view 1, and as I mentioned, let me turn the volume down. And as I mentioned, the wheel can now curve to the left, and as you can see, I'm utilizing these round platform clear logos, which I think looks pretty cool. All right. So I said Dreamcast, PS1, PS2, and Windows. So let's see. Dreamcast. We're not ready for that view yet. Okay. I hadn't set the size correctly. Let's see. Yeah, I hadn't changed the settings for the game wheel. I just need to bring the camera out. But you get the general idea. It is curving, and it is indeed showing my clear logos. Okay. So I did mention that, so this was clear, this was custom image 1 for platform and games, and I'll tell you what, I mean they're big, but that's okay. But you get the general idea. I just need to change the wheel settings. Anyway, so now if I change view, we're in another platform view, and this was a little theme I'm messing around with. So this uses a different set of images altogether. Same theme, custom images, and we'll change the game view to this view. Okay. So as you can see, and actually I need to refresh my game wheels here, because I have actually altered them. Yep. So the year on the game in the top left of each clear logo, the year is now much larger. It's a lot easier to read. So that's cool. So yeah, this is really neat. So now all my games, my entire collection, they all have the same look and feel now. And again, you know, I can make each platform or each set of games within that platform be unique. So instead of the brown banners left and right on in each logo, you know, maybe for the Nintendo 64, I could pick more of a, you know, a lightish blue, a pale blue, for example, so on and so forth, if I want to make that stand out. Or maybe I want the background to be completely different based on that platform. But oh no, this is, I mean, this is just unbelievable for me. I mean, this is just great to see my collection all being rendered, all within, you know, the same unified look and feel. It's wonderful. It really is. So I'll just pick a couple more. Yeah, it's just so cool to see this. All right, so I do have one more thing for the theme creator. It was something I put in only yesterday, so I'll open it up. And let's see. Actually, this is a good example. 3DO, and I'm showing the media, and I'm already demonstrating it. So what I've done here is this particular game does not have an image for the disc. So what I've told it to do is to go to the Fallback media folder, and using the platform name, so in this case 3DO, what is it, interactive multiplayer, or it will try and locate a ping or PNG with that name. And that's what I've defined here. I've just put a standard compact disc. Now obviously you can take it to another level and have a template for that particular platform, so it would actually have the platform name on it as opposed to a compact disc. But this is how you can ensure that you are at least displaying media for that game if that media is not actually present on that person's computer. So I thought that was kind of cool. So again, you know, going down through the list, obviously this game has that artwork. This one doesn't, but it still shows a disc anyway. So that was another feature I just put in yesterday, and the same is true actually for animated GIFs. You can perform the same trick. So that way, if your view is always displaying an animated GIF, you can always make it fallback and utilize a platform specific one if you have one in your media folder. All right, so like I said, I won't be releasing this build of the theme creator until Jason releases 10.11 of Big Box. So, you know, I'll be keeping an eye out on that. Once he releases it, then I'll turn around and release this build on the forum for people to play around with. And, you know, for me, being able to generate platform and, more importantly, game clear logos was a game changer for me, and then it was a huge game changer for Jason to actually make the enhancement and be able to select those custom images to be viewed within Big Box. So for my own personal collection and for my own personal theme now, I can create a unified look and feel. So I'm super happy about that. But the custom images, they can be used for whatever you wish to use them for. And that's why I've just simply called them custom images. I didn't want to lock it down to calling them clear logos, because you may come up with a much better way to utilize this editor to render your own images, either for games or for platforms, and I'll leave that up to you entirely. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this particular build. It was kind of an exciting one, and a surprising one. I wasn't planning on doing this at all, but it was it was an activity that a friend of mine, Farron, was working on, and I figured if I can do it, it shouldn't take that long to kind of build this feature into the theme creator. So there you have it. I think everybody benefits from that. So I hope you enjoy this, and look out for this build fairly soon. Okay, thanks a lot.